Hey, welcome to Mike's Diabetes World. Sorry, got in the way of bike turning around. Anyway, I wanted to do a little bit more of a story time than just the usual of me gabbing away. Well, it still will be gabbing away, but it'll be easier to understand and such. I went to visit my mom in the hospital, and my mother unfortunately didn't make it. And I just I guess that was kind of the beginning. I just constantly, my leg was sore, red, and warm. So, I made the trip to my GP. And my GP put me on antibiotics. And it kind of made a little difference. It wasn't a great difference, but I guess later that summer of 2020, I was put, I was 19. Huh? Okay. It was 2020. And my leg was quite red, quite hot. And I guess on November 28th, 2020, I did a phone call to a friend of mine. And a friend of mine said I just wasn't making any sense. Well, knowing what I know now, I think I was delirious. And being delirious, I didn't know what the hell was going on. I can remember him saying, "Oh, I'm gonna call an ambulance." I don't really remember the ambulance coming. I kind of remember the ambulance being there. So, at that point, I can remember them doing blood sugar and humming and hawing and say, "Oh, your blood sugar's quite high." I don't know how high it was, but I guess it was significantly high. So it was decided that the hospital would be the best place for me. So I guess they called a life support ambulance, I think, just to transport me. Now, I'm sure as many of you have seen photos on this channel or whatever, I am not a small guy, but I got taken to the hospital. But before then, I can remember little bits, flashbacks. Oh, that feels better. And while I was in still in our building, but in the lobby, I can remember them stopping and doing something. I don't know if it was to transfer me to a different stretcher. All I can remember them in the ambulance trying to start an IV. And I don't think they were too successful. And I say that because I didn't feel like normally you would feel an IV start. I guess I was kind of coming in and out of it. I remember trying to move my arm and just get comfortable. But I really couldn't. And then I remember arriving at the hospital on it seemed like I was very close to the tarmac or whatever, blacktop. And that's the last thing I remember. I don't remember being checked in. I don't remember anything. It must have been a little later that night. I came more awake. And when I came more awake, I can remember being in a little room, and I knew what room it was. I have seen the room and always wondered, gee, I wonder who goes into those rooms. But I can remember being treated and being uncomfortable. And, that's all I really remember of those. But we ended up in the hospital. Just one sec here. And the next time I kind of come to was, I think, the next day. And I was put on to what they call a high acuity unit. And I know this place. I had been on there a number of times before. But you know what? I didn't know where I was. In my mind, I can remember yelling and screaming. But I can remember people coming and saying, be quiet. But I didn't even really know where I was. And it wasn't until the next morning that suddenly you clued in to where I was. And I can remember the end of the next day being served a chicken dinner, and I must have really been hungry. I must have not eaten for a while, and I ate that. I cleaned everything out of it. And I can remember one day while I was in there, they put on a movie, and thinking back, sorry, just came in my apartment. I was thinking, oh, I'm on a steamship. But you know what? Tell you the truth, I was really out of it. So what do we learn from this lesson? Is don't let things get away from you. Sorry, I know I'm in the dark here. because you're going to end up worse off. We'll continue tomorrow. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.